Edtech Mondays Kenya is supported by the Mastercard Foundation Center for Innovative Teaching and Learning in partnership with Edtech East Africa.
Hello and welcome to Edtech Mondays Kenya. My name is Moses Kemibaru, your host and moderator for the Kenya edition. Today, we are in Kajiado County, one of the largest counties in Kenya, spanning in an area of over 21,000 kilometers squared and boasting a population of over 1.1 million people, predominantly from the Maa community. The main economic activity is pastoralism, with wealth still measured by the heads of cattle a person owns, as well as the number of children they have. Kajiado is a semi-arid area with hot and dry climate for most of the year. It is here we are going to meet a special group of young people working to improve education right here in this county. Come with me.
Hey, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
Good.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Yeah. My name is Jeremiah Kutanya, born and raised here in Magadi, Kajiado County. I school at Olkramatian Primary, one of the primary schools around. And I start from my final primary education there. So I joined Patterson Memorial Secondary School. We were the second pioneers of that school. And I got a chance to go to Technical University of Kenya. I did a science course called Industrial and Applied Chemistry, a bachelor degree, which I completed. And afterward, I came back to the community.
So obviously you're involved with PICO, but I'd like to know between the time you're in university to where we are today at PICO, what happened there? What led to this all happening?
One is the experience. I said I have been born and brought up here. And I remember when we were going through primary, we were so many. It was a class of over 50. And as we go through the different grades in primary, the number started reducing between grade class 4 and class 8, especially the girls. The girls, almost all of them dropped out. Nobody could explain to us the reason why. And then also boys started following. And when I went to university, I was really concerned of the many classmates, the many age mates that we were not able to proceed to the next level. After I completed my fourth year in university, I came back and I was like, I need to do something. So I started approaching some initiatives, some organizations, some donors, and I realized that most donors are not confident to invest or to fund youth groups, and that made me to crystallize the idea and organize it into a community-based organization. And it was not to be my organization, but the community organization, led by the community, for the community, and located within the community.
So what is PICO?
PICO is an abbreviation. It stands for Pastoralists Integrated Concerns. Pastoralists because of the community we serve. We're serving a pastoralist community, the Maasai community. And we address or try to address issues that are affecting them in an integrated manner. So that is PICO, is a community-based organization, youth-led, and it's an ingenious organization based within the community, run by the community members. Reason being they understand the challenges which they are part of it are going through. Actually, COVID help us, because that was the time the government advised parents that they should organize themselves to keep learning continue even if schools were closed. There were no digital devices like televisions, like radios. There were no sophisticated devices that could really support learning. Yeah, so we started the education program, what we call Manyata-based learning. We learn at our Manyata, at the comfort of our Manyata. So we map the various homesteads or Manyatas that are within the village. We map them and we get to know how many learners in that community, in which levels, and then we group them according to the different levels of learning.
The next question I have to ask is basically what has been the impact, and maybe you can talk a little bit about the team that runs PICO and how this all works in terms of delivering these 4 programs on the ground.
The impact to date since 2020 to 2023 has been magical, because I started PICO as an individual, and when I started, I found another guy from the community, who supported me to register and establish PICO. So we were only 2, and then to date we have 5 full-time people who are supporting our operation on daily basis, and then in addition we have another 13 who we call volunteers, community volunteers, who are attached to different schools, which we are partnering with. In terms of school impact, we started with only 1 school, which had an average of 400 learners. Now we are dealing with 6 schools, which is more than 2,000 learners who are feeling our support or who we are supporting directly. And in those 6 schools, there are 5 primary schools and 1 secondary school. So, and over 3,000 parents have been trained through or have been taken through the parental engagement and empowerment training. Those are the skills that we provide parents so that they can meaningfully be involved in learning or in their children's education.
Thank you so much for sharing with us the story of PICO and your background and all the amazing things that you're doing here.
Okay. Yeah, you're most welcome. Now I hand you over to Mr. Harrison.
Yes.
Harrison Kiok is our program officer.
Yeah.
He will take you to the various schools that we work with, and you'll get to see yourself the kind of innovation and
Thank you so much.
My name is Harrison Kiok. I serve as a program officer. We have several programs in school and out of school. We have educational programs and non-educational programs. The project that we are carrying as PICO currently is called ACCESS. ACCESS is an acronym of Accelerated Community-Centered Education for Sustainable Solutions. We have 5 schools that we partner, primary schools, here in Magadi, and 1 secondary school. In the primary school, we have 4 programs that we carry. 1, we have a foundational program that we ensure that learners obtain or they gain the basic foundational skills that are crucial for them to unlock their best in the life of academics. We also have something that we call PICO Corner. PICO Corner is a corner that we have in every school, whereby we keep the learning materials, we keep even the technical materials like the radios, the flash disk, and learners can access those materials in that PICO Corner. Also, we have a program that we call the study clubs. Study clubs, these are the independent that we allow the learners for they themselves to interact with the learning materials, including even the radios. Radio program is one of the most captivating programs that we have, and we do this by collecting the indigenous knowledge. So as a PICO, we have gone to the ground. We got those indigenous people, the elderly in the society, those people who have the details and the typical knowledge of the culture, and we collect that knowledge and we document it using the flash disk. That knowledge, we collect it in form of stories. Radio is the best technology to use in this area because we are in the remote areas, in the rural setups, whereby issues of electricity are much.
Technology is very varied, and as we explore, what does it take to make sure that digital literacy becomes a core competence of the CBC in schools like this? where electricity and internet access is fairly limited. Let's go and see what PICO is doing in terms of bringing their solutions to these schools so as they can improve the overall performance in education using technology.
Good morning, class. Today we are going to listen our story from our radio, and I'm teacher Kalistas from Orkamatian Primary School. Carefully, listen very carefully. We have a radio program, and the radio program has really benefit us as a school because one, learners like most radio class because it's a child-centered, not a teacher-centered. So once the PICO help us with the radio, learners, they are eager to come to school because one, they come and listen from their indigenous language. According to the CBC, it is referred to parental engagement every now and then. Go and ask your parent to tell you a story. Go and ask your parent to do this. But what did the PICO did? They go and collect those stories from the locality and store them in flash list. We come and insert that flash list so that learners, they hear the story. Most stories told is from man. So they give children that chance, there is that transition from Ma to English. But they fear to speak English because maybe my English is broken, it is not fluent. But you give them chance to answer based on the language that they know. Solomon's story and what we heard from the radio. Lateness, it comes, absenteeism, and also it make school to be attractive. Even those other schools, there's a school that has a bus. So all kids, they needed to go to that school that have a bus. Even they go home and tell, even our school, we have a radio. We have a radio. They wanted to come, even to those other classes because this program, it is specifically for a certain group. So even grade 8, because they are not in the program, even grade 1, because they are not in the program, they were eager to come and listen the radio. So even then, they make sure they come at that time. When the radio program is in, so even they come to the window. So in theory, they struggle at the window because the school has one radio. We bring them in to listen. Although it is challenging because all learners, they want to be, even a teacher go to that classes. They say, teacher, go and tell the teacher Kalisas to allow your radio and even us to come and hear that radio. Teacher, that radio is meant for the light of who only? No. So we have challenges because they want a radio. They wanted this radio to go and listen. So, but teachers accept it positively.
As you can see, even in this context, digital literacy is possible. With a lot of creativity and innovation, we can make sure that students are more engaged and teachers are also more satisfied. However, this is not possible without the support of the school leadership and administration. Join me now as we meet Mrs. Mwende, who's the head teacher here at Competency Primary School.
My name is Mwende Konga, the head teacher of Competency.
Could you tell us what the impact of the programs has been on the school?
They provided the school with some learning materials whereby we had books, we have radios, we have flash disks whereby information is stored there, and the learners were motivated, and they are still motivated. They are very happy to come and learn from the radio teacher. The radio is something foreign to these learners because most of them, they have never seen a radio. They have seen it here. And this program, it has motivated learners up to an extent whereby I could get learners from outside coming to ask me they want to join school, who have been put at home to look after cattle and the other animals. So it is a good one. We've seen improvement of in performance because they are taught from their language to the other second language which they don't know, from known to unknown, and it has improved the performance of the learners whereby they can read exams and comprehend. unlike before. To the teachers, I've seen they have improved in their methodology skills because they learn a lot from this. And it has also assisted in syllabus coverage because teachers go to class before the actual time.
Maybe you can also tell us how you went about getting both parents and teachers onboarded with this program.
When the PICO team came, they reported to the office and they explained to us all about the program. They told me it involves whom they need in the program is the school administration, the learners, the teachers, and the parents. So the teachers are taken for training. They go for the trainings, and when they come, they are assessed on what they have been taught there, whether it is practical. So they also involve parental engagement. They sometimes come, they ask me, Malini, you need these parents, the PICO group. We want those parents in school, and I assist to gather the parents here so that they can come and get the training they want. They also do it at community level. They get the parents there, they interact with them, and they bring about PICO and all what is needed in the program.
Was there any resistance? Did you have to get buy-in?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Because it's something new, you need to be very firm. They don't just pick it once, but we make sure it is done because sometimes the parents around here, they are arts men and women. Most of the time, they have very busy schedules. We need to convince them. Again, most of them have not gone to school. And when you go through the program, sometimes they are told, click here, do this. That is why we call them to chip in and to try to educate them. And they take it, but not 100%, of course.
What we've learned here at Olkametan Primary School is that digital literacy is possible even in marginalized areas, using offline techniques like radio to ensure that our students are able to get the most from their learning. At the same time, let us also find out from PICO how this is happening at secondary school level. We'll be going to Oldonyo Nyoike School to understand exactly how they are doing it there as well. So this is the tablet that you use to make Mwalimu Digital possible at this school. Can you tell me a little bit more about how it works?
This Mwalimu Digital, if we call it Mwalimu, Mwalimu is a Kiswahili word that means a teacher. And the genesis of this, back in the primary schools, in the programs that we have let you go through, they are the problems of foundational skills.
Yes.
And the problems of foundational skills translate to poor performance in the primary schools.
Correct.
Now, here in the secondary school, there is this notion about mathematics. Globally, or even where we are located here in Magali, performance in mathematics are very much down, and this translates to other subjects. The objective of this, we call it digital learning. The first objective, which is the core objective, is to empower learners digitally. But when they are empowered, they will be having the know-how, how to operate this tablet, how to operate the other online devices like smartphones, the computers. Then we came with this tablet. This tablet, they operate mathematics. And why this tablet? Because we wanted them to improve in mathematics, to bring up the learning outcomes, especially in mathematics. And this tablet is something that is very nice. We only give them an account. And it is something that is so much captivating. A learner can easily read, get the answer here, and operate.
I cannot separate mathematics with the upcoming digital literacy. The young girls today are really appreciating mathematics, and especially when we're using digital. So we
started this club with the name of improving the grades of these young ladies. And believe you me that we have around 40 girls who have joined our club out of around 190 students. So that's like a quarter of our school have joined our club. I can report that our club, especially some of the leaders of the club, have actually shooted in their grade, in their performance in mathematics. And therefore, we have seen a very good curve when it comes to the exam. So they're doing well, and that attitude is what we wanted to have. So what we just need is Wi-Fi or some source of internet and the tablets or the mobile phones, and we are good to go. And I believe by the end of the day, the level of literacy in this place is going to change in terms of mathematics.
-8, -3. Another line L is perpendicular to line 1.
I take a topic, then I do it. The most happiest part is this, that if I wrong, it motivates me, then it gives me the answer. Then I see, oh, it is this place I've got wrong, here and here. If I wrong, I know how to, I see how it is being done, then I repeat again. Because if I pick a topic in commission, it keep on repeating itself. If I wrong the first question, then the second question I'll not get it wrong because I've known the formula and the procedure how to do it.
So using a device like this, the young girls at this school have managed to learn how to love mathematics, and ultimately this has improved their learning outcomes. Let's go see the head teacher at this school, Mrs. Grace, to find out from her how Mwalimu Digital as a program has been able to impact how girls are performing within mathematics in this school. Bari Mwalimu, how are you? Thank you for having us over.
Welcome.
Yeah?
My name is Grace Kimani, a teacher, first of all, of English and literature. I'm also the principal of this school. Basically, I teach and I also administrate the school. I do a lot of administration and taking care of the girls that have been put under me.
So tell us a little bit more about Mwalimu Digital and what it has done for the school here so far.
Mwalimu Digital, we started this year with some tablets that we have been provided for by PICO. And I have seen it, arouse interest in my students since the time of its inception in this school. We have been able to use the few tablets that we have been given to start learning with the students. Although the tablets are not enough, we started a club called Mathematics Club, those girls who are interested, and it's picked very well, very well. One thing I've noted is that it has really aroused the interest of these girls in mathematics.
And what about the attitude towards STEM? When it comes to, I think the historical perspective has been maybe girls have not been as interested in those subjects, but is this something that you've noticed has changed with regards to the utilization of this particular device?
Initially, before we started Mwalimu Digital, my students were a little bit apprehensive about STEM subjects and especially mathematics. But since we introduced Mwalimu Digital, I've seen a lot of interest growing in them. Basically, they are the ones who are looking for the tablets every evening because they want to do something with it. And they are really, really interested. In fact, it is because we do not have enough. We have locked out so many girls. There are many that are interested.
And where do you see the future going in terms of, tools or platforms like Mwalimu Digital in terms of enhancing the uptake of STEM going forward?
The future is bright. The reason being that it is learner-centered. Most of the time, these learners are interacting with the gadgets. And because it is arousing a lot of interest in them, to me, the future is bright because that is how we should go, especially with the CBC. It is learner-centered. And when you involve the child in discovering, in learning, then the learning becomes more effective than when we are doing the traditional thing of, teaching from the teacher perspective. I think this is the future. This is how we should go.
So would you say from that increased interest and using, Mwalimu Digital, that also the results have improved for the girls who are doing the club?
The results have improved. I must tell you that before we started with this Mwalimu Digital, our Form 4 class had a mean of 1.3 in mathematics. After we introduced, and it's only a month, we did an exam and it has improved to 1.6. So I can assert that it is really something that can improve the interest and can improve learning, especially in STEM subjects.
Thank you so much for sharing all of this information. Delighted to hear that Mwalimu Digital is, improving the learning outcomes, and more importantly, that girls are now feeling much more comfortable adopting and being involved in subjects around STEM. So as we come to the end of this very insightful day here in Kajiado, what we can see is that there's a possibility, even in a community that may appear to be marginalized, to actually enhance their digital literacy skills for their learners at scale by doing partnerships with organizations like PICO. But more importantly, it's the collective, the community coming together, meaning the teachers, the students, and also the parents, to make all of this possible. Ultimately, we're seeing opportunities here that are going to change the outcomes for the learning when it comes to all these young learners. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we're delighted to share these stories with you on Edtech Mondays Kenya. My name is Moses Kemibaro, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.
Edtech Mondays Kenya is supported by the Mastercard Foundation Center for Innovative Teaching and Learning in partnership with Edtech East Africa.